In this magical series, I will be showing you some of my homemade holiday favourites, starting with the roast potato. For this seasonal sensation, you will need a great roast potato such as the humble Maris Piper. A very British ingredient like this grass-fed beef dripping here is absolutely outstanding for that golden crunch. There is something about extra virgin olive oil and beef dripping which makes the perfect roast potato. First stage is to start by peeling your spuds. Secondly, cut your potatoes into 4s or quarters. If there is larger potatoes in the pack, I would cut them into 6 pieces. Next, rinse your potatoes under the cold tap until the water runs clear. This will remove most of the starch for a crunchier potato. Add a generous pinch of salt to your potatoes to season the water. Turn on the hob and bring to a gentle boil until soft and almost falling apart. Next, allow the potatoes to steam dry. This will form rough edges which will allow the oil to be absorbed for that crunchier potato. I like to help them along with a good shake just to ruffle up those edges even more. Next, add your cooking oils. In this case, I'm using a 50-50 split of beef dripping and extra virgin olive oil. Use as much as you want or as little as you want, but this is Christmas, so you want to use a lot of fat to get that extra golden colour on those potatoes. Preheat the oven to 220 degrees Celsius and let your oil sit in the oven until it becomes very hot, for when you put your potatoes in the oil you want it to sizzle. Make sure you turn the potatoes every 15 minutes to get a golden brown even exterior. After 1 hour and several turns of the potatoes, this is what they should look like. Check out that exterior, that golden brown colour. That only comes with beef dripping and extra virgin olive oil. Finally, I like to put them in some kitchen roll just to drain off the excess oil and prepare for serving. And then finally, like Salt Bae, chuck a load of salt over the top so you get a beautiful crunchy salty exterior with a soft fluffy inside. And there are your roast potatoes. Thanks for watching, guys, really appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe and share this video, it will be very helpful for me. If you want to see more healthy supermarket tools and healthy recipes, please subscribe yet again, and Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you very much. Welcome back, guys, to part 2 of the Christmas series, and in this part we will be making the ultimate leg of lamb. The first stage to creating the ultimate leg of lamb is to use garlic and rosemary in a pestle and mortar and crush them down to release all of the oil so the flavour can be absorbed into the meat. Add extra virgin olive oil to soak up some of the oils released from the rosemary and garlic. Give that leg of lamb a good rub to penetrate all those wonderful rosemary garlicky flavours. Add plenty of coarse salt and lots of ground black pepper to your lamb. You can't really over season it here, so add a good generous amount of salt to maximise the flavour of the final product. I want this lamb to be medium well done, so it's slightly blushing, so I'm going to set my thermometer here to 55 degrees as it will gain 6 or 7 degrees during the resting process. Whack that oven up to 170 degrees Celsius. Let your meat rest for around 20 to 30 minutes minimum. This will keep all the juices inside and give it a beautiful flavour. When the meat has finished resting, use a sharp carving knife to carve the meat. This one here has a beautiful outside which is well done, but is slightly pink in the middle, just the way I like it. Finally, to finish off, add some nice flake sea salt over the top, and there it is, one of the best lambs you'll ever taste. Lovely and tender and juicy and crispy on the outside, just the way I like it, medium well. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you subscribe to my channel for more content and that you like my videos and share them. Merry Christmas to you all, and thank you very much for watching. Hello guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Christmas feast, and in this episode I will be showing you a beautiful roast chicken with sage and onion stuffing. To kick off this magnificent recipe, you will need half of an extra large onion. You will also need some beautiful fresh sage. As well as these ingredients, you will also need some bacon such as pancetta, or if you can't find pancetta, streaky bacon is absolutely fine. Also, you will need some beautiful sausage meat, some good quality sausage meat, or just some pork mince will do the job, guys. Either is fantastic. And finally, you will need butter to make those onions beautiful, buttery, golden brown. Start by whacking a nice big knob of butter into your pan. Remember not to burn the butter, so do this on a medium heat. Peel and chop your onion ready to add to the melted butter. Whack those onions into that beautiful golden melted butter, but don't whack them in like I did all over the place, guys. That's not good. These beautiful golden caramelised sweet onions are just about ready to cool down now. So whack your onions to one side and let them cool down before adding the sage and sausage meat to your stuffing. Next, really finely cut your sage so it evenly distributes throughout the whole stuffing, making it beautiful and full of that sagey flavour, which I absolutely love. Finally, chop some bacon or pancetta to give it that beautiful salty bacony flavour. Finally, add it all together and mix it around until perfectly combined. For this recipe, I will be using this chicken here. This is a large chicken, 2.2 kilograms from my local butcher. I will be using this spatula here on top of the breast to loosen the skin. By doing this, this will allow me to stuff the bird more easily and get more stuffing inside the breast. Without this, the skin will be quite hard to push to one side to get the stuffing under the skin. You've seasoned the inside, so make sure you season the outside with plenty of salt and pepper to give it that beautiful crispy crust. You should get one of these thermometers on Amazon. They're about £10. They're an absolute godsend, and they make sure everything is perfectly cooked and juicy. For this particular chicken, the recommended USDA safe temperature is 74 degrees Celsius, so I'm going to set my thermometer for 74 degrees Celsius. I'm going to use my Ninja Speedy for this recipe. This is a great device which cooks things very quickly. So I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to set my temperature and my time. In this particular instance, I like to start my chicken slow and heat up later. So I will start with 150 degrees Celsius and I will cook the chicken for 30 minutes just to start with. And then for the rest of the time, I will up the temperature to crisp the skin. 5 minutes has now passed and the temperature is rising very quickly, so I'm going to stop it here and I need to crisp up the skin. So I'm now going to up the temperature to 220 degrees Celsius for around 10 minutes to start with, and if it needs additional minutes I will add them. You can't go wrong with these thermometers, it will beep when the chicken is ready. Here it is, a delicious chicken, well cooked, beautiful and juicy on the inside, crispy skin on the outside. The stuffing is absolutely fantastic. I prefer meatier stuffing, but feel free to add breadcrumbs, cranberries, chestnuts, anything you want. But I wanted this stuffing to pretty much be for most people. That's why I did not include those things. But this is very simple, very effective and tastes as good as anything else. I'd like to thank everyone who's watched the series so far and wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Please, if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel. It costs nothing. I'm a small channel and this will help me grow significantly. I appreciate all your help. Thank you very much and Merry Christmas. Hello guys and welcome back to episode 4 of the Food Inspector's Christmas Feast, and in this episode we will be doing roasted vegetables and Yorkshire puddings. The wonderful vegetables you will need for this recipe will be carrots, followed by parsnips, and finally we will use the beautiful Brussels sprouts, whether you love them or you hate them. Some people love them, some people hate them. Start by cutting and peeling your vegetables. You want your vegetables to be in large chunks so they roast properly. If you cut them too small they will burn very quickly. Cut off the bottom part of your Brussels sprouts also. This makes for a much better eating experience. For this recipe I'm going to do 2 trays. One is going to be more basic than the other. The first one is going to use extra virgin olive oil, salt and cracked black pepper only. It's a fantastic recipe. It makes the vegetables taste very intense and roasted. And the second recipe is going to include butter and honey. We're really going to pimp up this second tray with a big knob of butter, extra virgin olive oil, cracked black pepper, Himalayan pink salt, and we're going to add some honey to give them a sweet and charred outside. Whack them in a preheated oven which is 220 degrees Celsius for around 40 minutes. Make sure you stir them a couple of times throughout the process to get that even char on the outside. There they are guys, the ultimate roasted vegetables, beautifully charred on the outside and soft and moist in the middle. You should try this recipe at home this Christmas, it won't disappoint. For the Yorkshire puddings, I'm going to whisk 2 eggs into 100 grams of plain flour, and then I'm going to add 100 millilitres of milk to that after I've whisked the eggs into the flour. Followed by some salt and pepper. Add a little bit of oil, but I prefer beef dripping. I've added just under a teaspoon here in each cup. I've preheated the oven to 180 degrees. Add your batter to the tray. Remember to heat the oil in the oven for as long as possible, around 20 to 30 minutes, to get it scalding hot. And there they are, guys. Check out these bad boy Yorkshire puddings. Look how good they look. Here's the proof of the pudding, guys. Crunchy on the outside, soft and light on the inside, the perfect Yorkshire pudding. Thanks for watching, guys. Please give the video a like, as this will help me reach a further audience. Please subscribe if you like the content and the channel. I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.